Hello, my name is TOMYSSHADOW and welcome to my first Let's Play. I'm going to be playing a little-known game called Wonderland Adventures, Planet of the Zeebots. And I'm going to be playing this semi-blind. I'll explain why it's semi-blind. But if you've never heard of this Wonderland Adventures series before, then don't worry, because although this is the third game in the series, it's rather separate from the Wonderland Adventures lore. So even if you know nothing about this game at all, you should be able to follow along. So let's go ahead and start a new game and get right to it. What happened? Where am I? Where is everybody? I cannot remember anything. What is this place and how did I get here? Adventurer's note. Use the mouse to explore this place. Left click on the path ahead of you to walk to that location. Right. So you can also use the arrow keys, which is what I'm going to be using instead of the mouse to click and move around. There is debris all over the ground. It's as if something big exploded nearby. Wait. As I mentioned, I'm going into this semi-blind. I've already played this part. According to Matt, I made it about 15% of the way through the game in my first take, which was about 2 hours long. But I had a bit of technical difficulties, you see. Stepping the arrow to enter this strange building. On my first take of this Let's Play, the audio from my microphone got all garbled. And, that meant, of course, that I couldn't upload it. So, different button shapes have different functions. Square buttons stay on when pressed. Diamond buttons toggle gates between on and off. Can you get through these next gates? So, if you haven't guessed, this is going to be a puzzle game. But as I was saying, right, I did a first take of this, and I got pretty far. I got 2 hours in, and my audio was garbled, so I couldn't upload it, I couldn't edit it. My audio was all stuttery from my mic. So now, I'm using, oh, excellent. You can now cross over the bridge and deeper into this complex. Now I'm actually using, voice meter, a virtual audio cable, to serve as my microphone, so that I can prove that it's not going to be all stuttery, hopefully, until I can figure out what's actually causing the problem. That will be good enough. There's another sinker up ahead. Click on the sinker to start a conversation. But, virtual audio cables have never worked very well on this computer. Hello, I'm so glad you found you safe and sound. Where am I? Who are you? And what's going on? You don't remember? You must have gotten a bigger bump than I thought. Yeah, that's one way to introduce a story. What bump? I'm Zoopy Lala, the student of Yellow Rainbow Magic. We're on the planet of the Zeebots. Don't you remember anything? Rainbow Magic? Planet of the Zeebots? There will be plenty of time for explanations later. Right now we have to hurry. We're in great danger. Oh no! Follow me. The first thing we have to do is get to the other stinkers. Step on the red arrow and into the elevator. Okay, lead the way. An urgent issue which isn't actually urgent because we're in a puzzle game. But yeah, my friend Matt recommended that I play this game first because I want to get more Let's Play videos on this channel. The round buttons will only stay on as long as someone or something is stepping on them. I will keep the gate open for you, thanks. There are some gold coins behind this gate. I'm not sure if they'll be of use, but it's probably a good idea to collect them. Okay. And we don't have any choice but to collect them, because we're surrounded by walls. My friend Matt recommended that I play this game. He's the one that recommended it to me in the first place. We'll have to use this Z-Bot suction tubes to continue. It's their transportation system. Just step inside for a fast ride. Okay, I'll follow you. These are pretty fun to ride around in, I have to admit. But yeah, this is a game that Matt recommended to me. And I enjoyed it so much, and it's so little known, that I decided that I'd Let's Play it first, because this is a perfect example of the type of game I want to show off on my channel. What did I accomplish by doing that? Oh, okay, let's move on. Why are we in danger? We have to hurry. The Z-bots are searching for us. If they catch us, they'll lock us up like the others. Like the others? Yes, all of your friends have been captured, even Morkland and Wisp. Oh no. I'm trying to sneak into the Z-bot detention center. Maybe if we work together, we can still save them. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I've been noticing, I didn't originally get it until I saw Jim Sterling's POI video, but then I realized there are a lot of games that introduce story by having the main character forget things, by bumping their head usually. I don't think this red gate is controlled by a button. You'll need to find a red keycard to open it. Once you've found the keycard, stand right in front of the door. Then, open your inventory items and left-click on the keycard to use it. Okay. Of course, in games like this, puzzle games, it's important that the main character forgets everything, or isn't given any context in the beginning of the game, to give the game an air of mystery. Hi. We're getting closer to the Z-bot detention center. The bridge over this chasm isn't active. We have to find a way to get across. How? Step on the gold star to access one of the bridge control centers. Once inside, you'll need to find a way to operate the bridge. I'm on it. So, this is actually a hub world that we're in right now. And these stars bring you to these missions. These missions you can then play to have something happen in the hub world. So I am going to save here, and you can see a bunch of saves from when I previously played this, because you're going to be using the save feature a lot in this game. Because there are a lot of timing puzzles, but you can save at any point, so if you save before a timing puzzle, then you can actually make that much easier on yourself. But then you want multiple save slots in case you might have put yourself in an impossible situation in the mission that you're currently in. Adventurer's note. Some of the gates and bridges in this area are on timers. Tread carefully. If you make a misstep, don't worry, you can attempt any adventure as many times as you need. Right. So, that's where I was getting. You can actually... let me actually just save here instead.
Save game. Are you sure?
You can actually mess up missions for yourself in this game, but it's always alright because you can just restart them. You may have guessed, like in many video games, you can't land in that water. That water is immediate death for your character, because round circles do not exactly have the best figure for swimming. Presumably. Let's go ahead and read the sign. The star-shaped buttons are also linked to timers. Once you step off them, move quickly before the bridge collapses again. Right. I'm just gonna let the timer go. But I pressed the button again by complete accident. These spears that just float around on these paths, as far as I can tell, are completely harmless and just decoration. You're almost there. In many cases, the adventurer's goal is marked by a gold star. Collect it to complete your task and activate the bridge controls. Now, what I don't get as much as water, I mean, water I can understand, given these guys are just Pac-Man with hats, essentially. What I don't get as much is if you're standing on a gate and it goes up, like I'm gonna lower this gate. If I were to stand on that gate when the timer causes it to go back up, that would also be an immediate death. For some reason. I don't exactly understand why. In real life, you would just be lifted up by the gate and it wouldn't be a problem. But I guess in this universe there is a invisible atmosphere hovering only a couple feet over the stinkers, and if they ever go above it, they will not be able to breathe and they will virtually combust. or something like that, because when the gates rise, they can't survive anymore, and it's immediate death. For some reason, I don't get it, but that's one of the limitations. That's one of the things you can't do. There's a second bridge control center. You'll need to activate it as well. Here I go. Bridge control beta. Find the gold star to activate the second part of the bridge.
Get ready.
So that's pretty much the type of puzzles you're dealing with here. It's get through the maze
Save
puzzles.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah, you can
Load
you can
game.
probably tell the fire is also immediate death, and that one I understand a bit more than gates. Even water. I mean, this is an obstacle that really makes sense. Water, once again, you could argue they can't swim in, but I don't actually. What material are these guys made out of?
Save game. Are you sure?
I made it past that puzzle, so I might as well save again. What's the sign say? There are rainbow gems behind this passage. You don't need them to complete the adventure, but they will increase your game score. Now, in certain levels, you do need them to complete the level, based on the level you're playing. But I don't need them here, because the goal of this level, as it said at the beginning, is to collect the gold star. Which is somewhere over here.
Aha.
Do you know you can save your game at any time? Yes, I do. If you make a mistake or need to try a puzzle again, you can just load the game from a previous position. It's a good idea to use different save slots over the course of a game. That way you'll have several different game positions to revert back to. If you haven't done so already, now might be a good time to save. That way, you don't risk losing your process in the game so far. Now, I have been saving already consistently, but I've only been using one slot, and I've actually been using slot number 2 because slot number 1 is actually from a previous, from my previous play, and I still don't want to overwrite that, even though it's useless at this point. But I've been saving in slot number 2, and that's slot number 1 is the furthest I got. So let's go on here. Okay, so the puzzle here is to use these buttons to move these platforms in a way that I can cross them even with them moving. Yeah, I said I'd be using the keyboard, but for diagonals I actually use the mouse because it's difficult. Even if you press 2 arrow keys at once, sometimes it won't go diagonal. Some games are like that. If you've played a game like this one, then you know the struggle. Yeah, I've only been saving in one slot because I'm not putting myself in... This is just tutorial, linear, beginner levels, and there's no way that I could possibly put myself in a situation where I'm at risk, really. They're pretty easy at this point.
Hello.
Aha, there's a pop magic charger ahead. Pop magic is my specialty. Do you need me to remind you how to use magic? No, I already know from previous times, so I'll just explain.
Oh.
Now, this game has magic, and that would be as good a time as any to bring up this game's art style, because this game, up to this point, you might be thinking this game looks quite childish. But really, it does get very difficult to the point where a child would need a lot of time to solve it, at least. I mean, I know that children are often smarter than adults make them out to be, because there are plenty of puzzle games, Myst comes to mind immediately, that children have played and succeeded in, even rather quickly. So, no, I don't think that puzzle games are like a bad choice for children or anything, and I do think that with enough time a child could complete this, but I still enjoy this because it's actually pretty difficult at times. So I think this is perfectly fine for old and young audiences alike, despite the cartoony look. and we get another mission. There may be Z-bots nearby. Keep moving. Be careful that they don't spot you. Right, now is a good time to save.
Save game. Are you sure?
We have to get to the other side. Looks like we'll need more pop magic to help us get across. So I never explained to the viewers who are watching this on YouTube what the pop magic does. Careful, Z-bots. Keep your distance and you'll be fine. What kind of Z-bot is this? There are many different types of Z-bots. Some are harmless and some are not. These little zippy ones seem to be mostly harmless. Just don't get too close. That's always good advice. The pop magic, which I just call yellow magic, because that's easier to remember than pop magic. Pop magic. Dun 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 dun. Okay, anyway. Yellow magic, it can be used to activate buttons from a distance, so you don't actually have to stand on them. But, as with any magic, it requires that you have a glove item, which is rather pointless because as far as I know, you never lose the glove item, and as you saw, I just got it at the beginning of the game. And you also cannot shoot magic through walls, so you can only shoot buttons that you're able to access without any walls in the way. Even if you can see them on the screen, you can't shoot it through a wall. Right. Use pop magic to activate transporters. Just launch a pop still at a transporter to bring it to you, which I will do. Now you'll notice I only get 9 of these, but if I stand on this pad again, it refills my charge back to 9, so I was down to 7. I just stood on the pad again to refill my magic. Right, let's go this way, it's the only option. I guess that was just there to give us a bit of a fun ride. I just got an intruder alert. Now those Z-bots look more familiar. I love this music, by the way. It's so funky and upbeat. These Z-bots look important. They seem to be controlling the computers and other machines. I wonder if this is some sort of Master Z-bot class. Wonder if we'll ever see these again. Gems. It looks like these tubes exist for one of 2 reasons. A, the artist just wanted to give the player a fun ride, or B, they wanted to confuse the player with their confusing maze-like structure. And we'll be seeing plenty of that second one later on, I assure you. Right. My magic is staying at 9 now because I'm just standing on the pad that you use to get refills. When I go off of it over here, you'll see it goes down to 8 again. And I needed to do that because otherwise I'd be shooting through a wall, which I can't do. I can't get to this button through here. It'll be shooting through a wall. I can't reach it. I need this elevator. A pop magic, that would be an interesting name for a band. That Z-bot looks pretty menacing. I'm glad there's a wall separating us. Right, read the sign. You need to activate 4 bridges, but there are only 3 buttons. Carefully study which bridges are activated by what button. Come back if you need another hint. The first time I tried this, I was actually pretty stumped by this, but thankfully the sign does provide you another hint. So you won't be able to see me struggle trying to get these buttons to work, but that button always raises and lowers that one platform, so it's completely separate of these 2 buttons, but these buttons, this one raises those 2. And this one raises this one and this one, so it's impossible to get all 4 raised at once. Now, I thought the puzzle was to raise all 4 at once, but I would have realized why I was given yellow magic then. Or, I'm saying I should have realized why I was given yellow magic. Because Just save here.
Save game. Are you sure?
The actual solution to the puzzle is to stand on the bridge and activate the button. Now, if I were smart, I would have realized that's the solution, because otherwise, why even give me yellow magic? But I wasn't. And that's that level complete. Back to the hub world. That's the first puzzle in this game that really stumped me. And it took me a good few minutes. I don't think any Z-Bot spotted us. What now? The main elevator shaft is just ahead. We'll have to take it all the way to the top floor. Okay. Now if I do ever get stuck, I will, for a very long period of time, I will edit it out. Oh no, what? We must have activated an alarm. Oh no. The gates to the elevator are closing. What do we do now? First, I'll need to deactivate the alarm. Quick, do it. Just a second, and almost there. Done. He didn't even move, but that's apparently enough to deactivate an alarm. The good news is that I don't think any Z-Bots were close enough to hear the alarm. What's the bad news? The bad news is that our access to the main elevator shaft has been completely blocked. There are two gates blocking our way, and the bridge across has been withdrawn. Can we control things from this side? There are probably some control terminals nearby. You'll need to find them to access the gate and bridge controls. Okay. I'll stay here and guard this corridor. Also, here are two items that might be of help to you. What are they? The first is an indigo keycard I found a little while ago. Thanks. The other is a spy eye. This item is very useful to get an overview of surroundings. I already know how to use it from the first game, playing some of the first game. First, go pick it up. Then anytime you want to use it, just open your inventory and click on it, and move the mouse to look around. When you're done, click your mouse button again. Thanks, that sounds great. Okay, you'll be able to find and access 3 different control terminals. Good luck. Thanks. Right. So this item you can use, you just click on it and you move your mouse and you can get a look at the whole area, which becomes very useful when looking at giant complexes like this one that I was talking about that solely exists to confuse you with a maze. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go in this particular video, because last time I went on for a very long time, and the advantage to making these videos in this shorter format, the advantage to not doing this first part blind is that I can give a better commentary, because I know what's already going to happen. But I am going to be playing the rest blind because that's more entertaining, and if I ever get stuck at some point, then I'll just edit out the part where I'm just fumbling around with controls until I figure it out. So that will conclude this video, because I think that my computer is going to explode from running voice meter for this long, because I have had it give me the blue screen of death for using voice meter for a very long time. So I'm just going to end this video here, and I'll pick this up again. So see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.